Hello, I'm Anthony David Hobbs, and this is my review of The Exorcist. Yes, the most notorious movie ever made, but it is the year 2023, so that would make the movie 50 years old. So, yeah, it's still well known, it still has a huge subcult following. Or should that be cult following? Yes, the whole culture in general knows about it, yeah. Okay, there's a lot to say about The Exorcist. I've seen many other movie reviews on it, so I'll give my take, my outlook on the film. But I'll start right at the beginning. In the year 1990, I saw this comedy sketch, a spoof of The Exorcist. Looking back, I think that's a bit old. Why would there be a spoof of The Exorcist in the year 1990? It's an old film from 1973. How would anyone know what it is? Yeah, was the target audience middle-aged people? Well, anyway, people of all ages know about The Exorcist now, and because in the year 1990 there was Exorcist 3 was released, and in the same year the spoof Repossessed was released. So therefore, making fun of The Exorcist, that was the thing to do. People had heard of it again. And yes, I knew of The Exorcist, yes. I heard references to it here and there, how it was based on a book that was based on a true story. Well, true story? Well, is the devil real or not? Well, the story is about a little boy that's going mad, having a spasms and convulsions, and he believes he's being possessed by the devil, yeah. Now, The Exorcist is certainly original, the first, really successful film that the concept of being possessed by an evil spirit, yeah. It's been done in other films since then, yeah. Anyway, well, my mother saw The Exorcist when it was brand new. Yeah, when my mum and dad started dating, they went to see this film in 1973. It was not the first film they saw, I want to make that clear. No, they saw a romantic film first. Anyway, the thing that made them want to see it was that it had been banned in a number of parts of England. Oh, and in America, on American news, there was a huge line of people queuing up to see this film, covering all the different blocks and the streets. A blockbuster, if you will. I was always told Jaws was the first blockbuster. Well, this was 2 years before that, yeah. Because of the controversy, yeah. These were the reports. People fainted that saw it in the cinema. Fully grown adults had nightmares, terrified of it, frightened that the devil was going to get them. It was that scary, yeah. Okay, let's go back a bit now. I remember my mum telling me that people would go and see Hammer horror films, right? In the mid to late 1960s. It'd be called the Midnight Movie. And they'd go and see it not because they thought they were well done, no, because they thought the acting was so cheesy and silly, and it's not scary. It's not scary at all. It's good for making fun of. I don't think the makers of the Hammer films intended them to be funny, but because of the bad, cheesy acting and the awful special effects, it was funny, basically. Something that, instead of being scary, just came out as funny. And people would see them at midnight because they'd get quite drunk to enjoy them first. Yeah. The horror movie genre was a joke, basically. If you've seen Hammer films and then you see The Exorcist, you see what a massive difference it is. It's a 180-degree turn, yeah. This is scary stuff, putting the fear of God in you. But is it the most terrifying movie of all time? Well, in my opinion, no. I thought Rosemary's Baby was more scary, Psycho more scary, The Omen more scary. But then The Omen was made because of the success of The Exorcist. The idea of a creepy child. Yeah, we have a creepy child in the Omen films. Children of the Corn, very creepy children indeed. Yeah. So why is that so scary? I suppose it's because you associate prepubescent children as cute and cuddling, would never hurt anyone. Yeah, it's evil coming from an unknown force. Yeah, being disguised as something that looks so innocent. Yeah. And eventually I got to see the movie The Exorcist. I think I was 18. I saw it in the cinema because you couldn't see it any other way. It was banned on video. They never showed it on TV. So this was the only way. My mum took me to see it. Oh, my mum saw it brand new and then saw it many years later. And yes, the audience in 1998, not as shocked as you might expect. Oh, they thought a few shocks and screeches, but no, not the same impact as 1973, because a lot had changed in 25 years. We've seen blood and guts and gore in American Werewolf in London, in Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, we'd seen far more controversial stuff. But The Exorcist is scary. Not the most scariest film, but still very scary nonetheless. I think a number of reasons it's scary because, well, we see this scene when Damien, the priest, yeah, we associate the name Damien with the Omen now, but no, this was 3 years before that. Anyway, he goes to see his mother who's dying, who's very ill, and she lives in a squalid apartment in the ghetto part of the city. And on his way there, the priest, he passes there's this car. These kids, who are supposed to be at school, have just smashed all the windows up and everything, yeah, and don't care, you know. So they're kids that have lost their humanity, lost their innocence, yeah. So whether you believe in the devil, whether you believe in any religion or not, no, it is relevant, yes. The devil represents, he's metaphorically true, represents people losing their humanity, yeah. And also, in the opening sequence, we see the priest, the main priest, the Exorcist, played by Max von Sydow, and he's like a kind of archaeologist. So he's a very learned man. He knows lots of stuff all about the thousands of years of history of religion. And he's taken to see a statue of the devil. And only a select few are allowed to see that statue. So yes, these men armed with guns say, who you say what? Yep, okay, you can come in. Only a select few can go in. You go and he sees what the devil looks like. Now, there's many different names for the devil. Lucifer, Satan, Beelzebub, Iblis. But the original devil was called Pazuzu. And he wasn't a devil, so to speak. He was like a god, but a god that had turned evil. Well, I suppose you could say that's what a devil is, isn't it? Yeah. He does not have the feet of a goat, and he doesn't have horns. No, he looks very different. No, this is before the Christian religion was founded. That's how old this statue is. No, he has the face of a mad dog. He has claws, like eagle claws on his feet, and he has wings and he has scales like a snake. So all the animals that humans are frightened of, basically, yeah, the fear of being bitten by a poisonous snake and being attacked by a mad dog, yeah. And the madness is significant as well, because when people went mad and had epileptic fits in thousands of years ago, people thought they were possessed by the devil. So there's the symbolism again of the mad dog, you know, creatures that people fear. Or is being evil a kind of madness, you know, yeah. Now we meet the character Reagan, played by Linda Blair, and she's the sweetest, most pristine little girl ever, yeah, and then turns evil, turns horrible, yeah, effing and blinding, puking on priests, absolutely horrendous, the most horrific, most mannerless person you can imagine. And that's creepy for a number of reasons. One reason is, you think, well, she's mad, she doesn't know what she's saying, but when she has that creepy, eerie grin at her mother, does she know is she being vindictive on purpose? She knows how much it upsets her and doesn't care. Yeah, so it is very creepy, someone very close to you turning against you. And I think that's a very eerie, creepy thing about the story. And it gets worse. The mother, she's an atheist, doesn't believe in God, yeah, but she eventually turns to priest because she's tried the best doctors the country can offer to bother. All else has failed, so the Exorcist is the last resort. And her Reagan, her parents recently split up. So you know, you're going to be very sad and miserable if your parents split up. And then this devil attacks you. Oh, great. Kick a person while they're down. Yeah. Just about as bad as things can possibly get, yeah. And when... She's not Glenda Jackson. No, she's an actress that looks like Glenda Jackson. Says to Damien the priest, "You're going to help you do exorcism?" And he says, well, no, because we don't do exorcism anymore. That hasn't been done since the 16th century, you know. And now if you're going mad, it's science that can help. And she says, I've tried science and it hasn't worked. Please, I don't even believe in God, but I've tried everything. I will not have my daughter put in a madhouse. I want her cured, you know. Well, he does some tests to find out if it's genuine, like if she can speak a language that no one's ever taught her. That must mean she's had the devil inside her, yeah, and things like that. Things that she can't possibly know, but the devil knows. And he can't do it on his own. He needs help from the exorcist, and exorcists are hard to come by, so it takes a while. But yes, the exorcist comes and he does all he can. And it's a fight, it's a battle with words, not with punching or anything like that. No, it's the power of Christ compels you, the power of Christ compels... Yeah. Never before has a bedroom looked so creepy, and it's filmed in this really eerie light, yeah. Now, the room is cold. The way they did that with the special effects was it was refrigerated, like a kind of freezer device to make that one room freezing. That's how they have cold air coming out their mouth. Because people that claim they've seen ghosts, they say the air goes all cold and eerie and everything, yeah. And I said, yes, it is very disturbing. And at one point, Damien wants to kill the little girl. No, he wants to get rid of the devil, but you can't kill a little girl. That's very wrong indeed. Yeah, so it's all kinds of dilemmas here. And when the detective, he thinks the little girl has killed the man called Burke Dennings, but then thinks, she's not in her right mind. She's mad. Can you arrest someone? Like, are you mad? Are you responsible for your actions if you've gone mad? And then the other issue is, well, no, she's not mad. It's the devil that did it. But the devil did it when there's no other witnesses that made it look like the little girl did it. Yeah, the devil is completely unfair, basically, yeah. Okay, I'll end this with a redeeming note. The child actress apparently suffered from some horrible trauma after making this film. It was quite controversial making it. It's so grim and disgusting, all the swearing and everything. But many years later, in 1990, grown into a woman by now, she was in the movie Repossessed, a spoof of The Exorcist, and it helped her get over all the horrible trauma. Oh, right, okay, so yes. And as far as I know, she's had no psychological problems since then. So the story has a happy ending. She was metaphorically exorcised, yeah. Okay, that's enough from me. Thank you for watching. I'm Anthony Hobbs, and I'm never bored.